I wonder how many people I've looked at all my life and never seen. Maybe everybody in the whole damn world is scared of each other. And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. All great and precious things are lonely. I believe a strong woman may be stronger than a man, particularly if she happens to have love in her heart. I guess a loving woman is indestructible. There ain't no sin, and there ain't no virtue. There's just stuff people do. It's so much darker when a light goes out than it would have been if it had never shone. But the Hebrew word, the word temshel, thou mayest, that gives a choice. It might be the most important word in the world. That says the way is open. That throws it right back on a man, for if thou mayest, it is also true that thou mayest not. I got you to look after me, and you got me to look after you, and that's why. And this I believe, that the free, exploring mind of the individual human is the most valuable thing in the world. And this I would fight for, the freedom of the mind to take any direction it wishes and direct it. And this I must fight against, any idea, religion, or government which limits or destroys the individual. This is what I am and what I am about. All war is a symptom of man's failure as a thinking animal. What good is the warmth of summer without the cold of winter to give it sweetness? And the little screaming fact that sounds through all history, repression works only to strengthen and knit the repressed. Ideas are like rabbits. You get a couple and learn how to handle them, and pretty soon you have a dozen. I was born lost and take no pleasure in being found. I believe that there is one story in the world, and only one. Humans are caught in their lives, in their thoughts, in their hungers and ambitions, in their avarice and cruelty, and in their kindness and generosity to a net of good and evil. There is no other story. A man, after he has brushed off the dust and chips of his life, will have left only the hard, clean questions. Was it good or was it evil? Have I done well or ill? Try to understand men. If you understand each other, you will be kind to each other. Knowing a man well never leads to hate and almost always leads to love. There is more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. It has always seemed strange to me, the things we admire in men, kindness and generosity, openness, honesty, understanding, and feeling, are the concomitants of failure in our system. And those traits we detest, sharpness, greed, acquisitiveness, meanness, egotism, and self-interest, are the traits of success. And while men admire the quality of the first, they love the produce of the second. Do you take pride in your hurt? Does it make you seem large and tragic? Well, think about it. Maybe you're playing a part on a great stage, with only yourself as audience. I have always lived violently, drunk hugely, eaten too much. or not at all, slept around the clock or missed 2 nights of sleeping, worked too hard and too long in glory or slob for a time in utter laziness. I've lifted, pulled, chopped, climbed, made love with joy, and taken my hangovers as a consequence, not as a punishment. I guess there are never enough books. To be alive at all is to have scars. My imagination will get me a passport to hell one day. When 2 people meet, each one is changed by the other, so you've got 2 new people. Anything that just costs money is cheap. Sometimes a man wants to be stupid if it lets him do a thing his cleverness forbids. As happens sometimes, a moment settled and hovered and remained for much more than a moment.